Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is John Depot. Some of you might know him from the BBO NYG podcast when he used to do it. Anytime the Giants start losing, John just dips. All of a sudden, he's got to work late. He's got to like something else is going on. And that's been pretty much the thing, John, for the last fucking few years, except that 1 year in between since we doing the podcast. But obviously we'll talk about it next on the podcast. But the Giants did some hopefully good hirings that's going to come true. So it looks like we're going to be in for brighter days. So maybe you'll join us for some episodes on the BBO NYG podcast in the future.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries,
Right.
man. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I work 6 days a week, so dedicating an hour and a half to a fucking losing team is just horrific. It's so difficult to do every single week.
Get it.
But when there's shit to talk about, I definitely want to hop on. But you're absolutely right. I do have an obligation to you guys, so I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. You definitely gotta come back. But thanks for coming on the Mix Up podcast. Haven't done this in a while.
Yeah,
Definitely a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the world, which is just I feel like I'm living in some kind of like I don't know what happened, man. Something along the line, the world just changed and it just became all fucking just craziness. Like there's
yeah.
so much nutty shit going on, right?
It's like
I don't know if the
all of
other
a sudden, like after 2000, after well, just use the Giants just for the sake of it. The Giants' second Super Bowl, like right after that, just like it's like the
2012.
yeah, like right around that time, just like boom, we ended a different timeline, and the world just went crazy. Like the world, has always been. There's always been crazy shit going on in the world. Like you just go back through history, and it's obviously, nightmare situation after nightmare situation. But now it's just like biblically weird.
Yeah, it's another level.
Yeah,
It's
like
just another.
biblical shit.
It's almost like people are like brainwashed or a lot of more division, that's
Yeah,
among us. I don't know where it's coming from. Is it coming from like our own countries? Is it coming from foreign countries that infiltrated social media just to stir up? I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on. And I get caught up sometimes to it on like social media when I'm on there and stuff. And sometimes I'm like, I got to get off like fucking Twitter. I got to go on Instagram where all I see is just comedy shit just so I could get my mind right. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it's just too much and sometimes it's unavoidable. Like the shit
yeah.
we see in like Minnesota with the whole ice. You seen that lady, that libtard, I like to call her Renee Good. What a great last name for that fucking
Yeah,
libtard, right?
yeah. It's almost like perfectly scripted, huh?
Bro, totally amazing for people like obviously everybody fucking seen it. This fucking jerk off decided to like, she has like first off, she used to be married. She had a
With kids.
kid, husband, right? And now all of a sudden she turned like she got radicalized, she turned lesbian. Her fucking lesbian partner apparently was a child abuser. She used to like take cigarettes and fucking put it on her fucking kids, like child abusers. Like
Are you serious?
that's that those are facts. They came
I
out like
did not
on a
hear
thing.
that.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I go deep, man. So I hear a lot of this fucking crazy shit. And then, she's at the car and she's filming her fucking, Renee Good, like, trying to egg these fucking like they're getting in the way of like law enforcement, these ICE agents just trying to do their job. They're getting so nasty. And then obviously, she fucking just decided to get out of there and fucking hit the fucking ICE agent, which caused them like for internal bleeding and shit.
Bro, she went full Grand Theft Auto 5, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No
parked
doubt.
her car on an angle. Like, not only was she following them for 3 hours or something like that,
Oh, it was
honking
ridiculous.
horns and going crazy and all this shit, fine. But now you actually position your car over the double yellow to fucking to literally stop traffic, like you're in Grand Theft Auto trying to get cars to pile up so you can throw a grenade and see
Yeah,
12 bombs go off. Like that's literally what
yeah.
she was trying to do,
Like, what are you
blocking the
doing?
street off. Like at that point, you're already like you're gonna get arrested, so they're gonna stop you. And like, listen, I know there's a whole thing in the world about how cops treat certain people, and maybe we'll get something like that later. But
Yeah.
it's any person in the world who has a gun, the general rule of thumb is you should probably be nice to them.
Common
I think
sense, right?
edging them on is a bad decision no matter what is on their chest, whether it be a fucking bandana or a badge or anything in between.
Yes.
So to go and escalate that to the point of like risk, even if your intention was to not run him over, which it clearly was, but if it wasn't, it was just a getaway. Why would you think that you could do that without there being some kind of fatal consequences for that.
That's the thing. I don't know. They were out there filming content. They got their content. They got what they wanted. Like, listen, I could be honest and I could say this. I could say, hey, you know, she intentionally, like, fucking hit him with the fucking car. And I could also say the cop didn't have to shoot her in the face 3 times. I could say that. You know what I mean?
Well,
But I understand why he did because you feel like your life is threatened. This fucking maniac is just gassing it towards you.
not only that, did you know that like 6 or 7 months prior, something like that, he had an incident where he got hit by a car and dragged on the street or something like that. He had some kind of bad injuries. Now this time, this is the second time this guy's been hit by a fucking by
Right.
some fucking protester,
And
and now
then
he's got internal bleeding in his legs.
oh, dude, it's crazy. And this comes off like the heel of like, all the fraud going on in Minnesota with all the Somalian daycares that apparently they don't watch any kids. They just, some don't even have, like, they had a scam where they were like bringing kids in, right? To sign in and taking them out immediately just to show that they were in. And then other daycares were so brazen that they didn't have anybody in the fucking joint and they were taking all this fucking taxpayer money. So the irony is that, right? So that she's doing all these fucking protests and ICE and shit. When they had all the protests after she got shot and killed, you would think like, I was looking like, oh my God, where are all the Somalians protesting her? Not one fucking Somalian protested her.
Nope.
Go figure, huh? Figure that one out.
Yeah, it's almost like they know that they can get themselves in trouble. It's like, who hides? Criminals.
Right. That's exactly right. And thank God for people like Nick Shirley that went there, discovered all the fraud. He's just like a YouTuber. He's not even a real journalist. And now the real journalist people, apparently real journalist people, they're attacking him for not being a real journalist, for not doing their fucking job. Like, where has like real journalism gone that you know what I mean? He has to go down there and call out the fraud.
Here's the thing, bro. Like with almost every like entity or system or something like that, no matter how good it is, whether it be the church, some corporate, benevolent corporate organization, whatever it is, Boy Scouts, whatever, like it just gets infiltrated. Like good deeds get infiltrated by bad people sometimes.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. But that's kind of where we are. She's Renee Good was just a noted a leftist beyond a doubt. She had like, it was just funny after she died, like the picture of her that the media brought out. She had the long hair,
yeah, long blonde
hair, good, right?
Real American white girl.
Oh, dude, like back, of course, when she was married and shit, had the kids. The media fucking puts that picture out. Why don't they just picture of the lesbo version of her with the fucking hat on, being all fucking scary and looking like a monster? How come they don't fucking do that?
Because they all look like that. They know they're outing the exact same fucking archetype person.
It's like
they know it's just them.
Who created that look for the libtard, John? Like, who designed that look? Because it's so disgusting.
The irony is
like a monster.
I mean, they hate men, so they're what they're doing is they're dressing like basically an adolescent fucking boy, right? Like from fucking Colorado with beanie hats on and fucking flannel jackets and stuff like that. They're basically dressing like the men that they hate. Just, I guess, to desexualize themselves as much as possible.
Maybe that's what it is. The fucking irony in that shit.
Yeah. They probably got cheated on.
Yeah.
Don't want to do their part in a fucking relationship. So they grew to hate men for one reason or another. And fucking, they say, you know what? I'm putting on the fucking snow cap today.
Yeah.
And then they just cutting the hair off. I don't want to do my makeup anymore. I don't want to shave my armpits. I want to yell and scream at every fucking opportunity I get. I want to be a social justice warrior and fucking scream people's faces.
It's carpet licking time, It's like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with that, man. I really don't understand their whole like, and they think they're doing something right or being on the right side of history. You just look fucking stupid. You look retarded. Like Trump called Tim Walz. He called him a retard. Like, that guy is a fucking retard. It's funny. All that's happened after he got called for the fraud. And then all of a sudden we kind of forgot about all the fraud going on because of this shit. It's just funny how that distraction kind of like happens. You know what I mean?
It's weird how the Democrats got called out and the curtain got fucking pulled out for what they were doing. And siphoning billions of dollars from the American people, and then with this convenient thing where they could just bust in and fucking agitate thousands of fucking these liberals to go and protest in the city, just say, you know what, hey, look over here, look over here, look over here. It's really amazing with the system that whoever these people who are the puppet masters of the world. I mean, one day at some time in the past, the organizations, whatever it is, didn't have control, and they put a game plan together. They worked together. They made a goal of controlling the world, and they fucking succeeded.
Yeah, they did a great fucking job.
They got from the
Whoever they
rooter
did,
to the tutor, bro.
yeah,
Every piece of government, corporations, fucking religion, every aspect of life, they have their tentacles in and control.
I salute them, man. Whoever they are, just fucking, they're absolute geniuses, but they're also fucking pure evil too. Because I'm gonna bring up a story about like Minnesota. Keep on track of Minnesota, is because remember, I don't know if you know that Congress lady from Minnesota,
Ilhan Omar.
Melissa Hartman. No, not
Oh
that nut.
yeah,
So Melissa
the one that
Hartman
got
for
killed.
yeah. So for people that don't know, she was the only Democrat that voted against the funding for illegal immigrants. You know, like it was months ago, and then she ended up getting killed. How does that fucking happen, man?
Did you see her interview right after where she was getting interviewed talking about the vote?
No,
Oh, bro, it's bone chilling knowing what happens after. This
really.
woman was terrified, voice shaking, basically crying almost that she had to do what was right, but she knew that something bad was going to happen. And not even a fucking week later, she was dead. Yeah, yeah.
What? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. That's just see these are the people like we need to protect, and they're just going out there and fucking killing them for
Yeah.
not going in that direction. So that's why then because I start thinking like
Bro,
deep, like
bro, that's
it's
it. That's it right
crazy.
there. Think about it. They have that with the fear of death, and then everyone's compromised. They have these whoever it is that gets selected to be the public zeitgeist like that.
Yeah,
That's it, bro. They get fucking uh there's a system in place to get blackmailing them with like Epstein's Island and
yeah.
fucking Diddy and all that fucking shit. They bring you into this fucking crazy world that's only there to get blackmail on you.
That's why
If you want to
Hollywood.
protect your image, what?
That's you're describing Hollywood. That's why you see people at the Golden Globes like they're all backing this Renee Good people. They're afraid. I think they're afraid or they got blackmailed, like you
Yeah,
said.
that's the only thing that makes any sense, bro.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Is the only like I get these people are worth like some of them hundreds of millions of dollars. Like think about Robert De Niro, dude. Robert De Niro is fucking like, almost 80 years old, bro. And for the first like 75 years of his life, 70 years of his life, he was a god. He's been a movie star for fucking 50 years, and from fucking sea to shining sea, every single person will put him in the top 10, top 5 actors
yeah.
of their like of their life. This guy was a fucking god, and then chose to fucking sit there and cry on television about Trump every single time it gets talked about for 10 years now.
Like
There's no
what?
way that this guy's dumb enough to do that. You don't
Oh,
become Robert De Niro, a fucking icon, and then all of a sudden, fucking, you're too stupid to realize really what's going on in the world.
yeah.
Unless the only way you're going out there is if you got a, there's someone's got, someone's got a picture of you with a fucking dick in your mouth.
Right. Yeah, he's compromised somehow because you don't just change your tune and become like a little bitch. You have to be getting. I mean, obviously, if you've seen the gold, I didn't watch the Golden Gloves, but I seen
No,
like the bullshit online where they're wearing like these ribbons
yeah,
where
be
they're
good.
fucking be good or something. Yo, fuck you. I know what you're doing, you Hollywood fucking weirdos. You're all part of the fucking machine. You're all fucking part of it. You're all fucking evil. There's no doubt about it. You
It's
sacrifice
satanic.
kids. You do, yeah. You do some satanic shit, and it's got to come out. I know we're hearing leaks and shit about it where certain people come out and they describe like certain shit in Hollywood, but they talk a little bit about it, but then they stop. They don't want to say it. It's some wild shit. Look up the Jim Brewer interview when he talks about Dave Chappelle, how all of a sudden when Dave Chappelle disappeared, he came back and Jim Brewer's like, he wasn't the same. Not that he was cloned or anything, but he's just like he was shook. That's why he left. He was so fucking scared because they showed up talking about his family. They showed up to his house. It was like some deep, crazy shit. And they wanted Chappelle, like at the height of that, to be like controlled. and he just didn't want that. That's why he fucking bounced and came back and did some crazy Oprah interview talking about it. Like, dude, when you hear all these fucking stories, like, what's really going on behind the curtain?
Bro,
Shit.
if I said, bro, there's proof. It is proof that they cloned Dave Chappelle. They killed the real Dave Chappelle while he was in Africa. And they used this clone who, if you look at Dave Chappelle and him, I don't know, it's really not even that. All right. They cloned Dave Chappelle and used the Dave Chappelle name to create this new character in pop culture to create, just be part of the apparatus. That's why you can go on these fucking preachy comedy specials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all the other celebrities at the big best comedian ever, best comedian ever, best comedian ever. And like, if I told you that we had definitive proof, would you genuinely be shocked?
Honestly, no. No,
Like, isn't that where we
wouldn't
are in
be.
the world right now?
Listen, I don't think he's cloned, John. You know what I mean?
I'm not
Because
saying that he is.
no, but I know what you're saying. Like, as far as Chappelle, like, close, when he came back and he's doing his comedy specials and he's talking about trannies and all that shit, he's dogging them. Like, if he came back and he said he's like, oh, trannies are fine, they're good, all that, then I believe, oh yeah, he was fucking cloned. But he's still the same Chappelle. I could hear it, I could see it in him. But I know he was fucking shook and I know he was scared. And I could tell when he fucking came back, man. But as far as
Yeah.
like you saying, like, would I be shocked if like anybody else was cloned? Dude, they cloned Dolly the sheep like in the 90s. You know, you telling me they can't fucking clone a human? Dude, of course they could fucking clone a human. You know, and they fucking grow them in a fucking lab and shit. You know, I'm telling
Is
you,
there,
there's some shit going on, bro.
there's got to be, dude. It just the that in some way is less um crazy than what actually is fucking going on.
Right.
Like, you have a 22-year-old, 23-year-old kid fly to fucking Minnesota and has a list of daycare centers, goes around and just they've been talking about this fraud for years, but like puts it on YouTube in such a concise, easy format for people to digest, and it just goes fucking wild. And it's like the most viewed video in all time that's not Mr. Beast videos.
That's crazy. That is
Just
fucking
like
crazy.
while we're watching fucking football on Sundays, going to church on Sundays, having dinner with our families on Tuesdays, and fucking hitting a bar on Fridays, these people are siphoning 50% of your check and then fucking just spreading it around to wherever the fuck you want it to go.
Right. We're the richest country in the fucking world, and you're telling me we have to pay all these fucking crazy amount of taxes, us, the taxpayer. We're the real ones that are like fucking retarded. For us paying our fucking taxes and doing the right thing and working, we should be fucking scamming the fucking system. It's a joke. I feel like that money, all that fucking fraud, should be given back to every hardworking American citizen that does the right thing and then some. We should get all reparations. No doubt about it.
Yeah, but where's that money coming from? That money's fucking long spent.
Dude, yeah, it's fucking. I get it, it's gone, but it's like
gone.
now you're saving the money. But if you're calling out the fraud, I mean, dude, come on, man. Look at the fucking that fucking piece of shit mayor of Minnesota. What do you call him?
Jacob Fry, whatever his name is.
Fry. Yeah, he was
fucking faggot, bro.
No, piece of shit. What a fag. He was on the fucking podium talking about fuck ice. Get these fucking people out of here. Yo, what about all the fucking American citizen, the women, children that got raped, killed, assaulted by all these fucking illegals that come in here? What about that long list of people? You're not defending them, but you're defending this liberal nut that put herself in that situation, knowing there has to be consequences for your actions. But you're defending that shit? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Doesn't it make sense, Mike, that someone above him has a picture of him laying in bed with a child?
Fuck yeah.
And he has to go out there and say this stuff.
Fuck yeah.
It just makes more sense.
He can't be that fucking stupid. He can't.
You can't be that evil, bro.
Right.
You can't be that evil in people's faces.
He sacrificed himself. No doubt.
Like it just makes fucking sense.
That's why I always say, like, the Hollywood people, you know, they speak about this fucking bitch, this lesbo cunt, but they don't fucking. They're silent about Lincoln Riley, all the Christian
Dang,
Nigerians that are
bro.
murdered, Charlie Kirk. Why are they all silent about that? Yo, fuck all you people. Yo, fuck all those Hollywood fuck. I'm sick of people looking up to them and believing everything they fucking say. Fuck them, man.
Yeah, it's bro. It's the people who above are smart. They understand that human beings have an innate need for a higher power. They've systematically gotten rid of the church, turned us from a Christian nation into a secular nation, and replaced God with idolatry of sports teams. Idolatry. I mean, we're in a fucking Yankee hat, so I'm not trying to, I'm, not part of the problem, but I'm in the same world as everybody else.
I get it.
Celebrities.
We idolize them. Why?
What?
Why do we idolize celebrities?
Because we have a need for something higher than us to believe in, and they've gotten rid of God. So it's, what are you going to replace it with? What you see, these lavish people that live like fucking gods.
Yeah.
Right? The craziest cars and vacations they show you in fucking private jets. Like, think about if we were in Greece 2,000 years ago, what are we seeing? People in fucking chariots in the sky. That's like what gods look like. It's the same fucking thing here, except they're not flying, except for in fucking private jets. Think about it.
Point.
Think about how much that correlates. So it's easier for human beings, especially people who, under a certain IQ thresholds, can't realize that connection, and it can go their entire lives without recognizing that the people who they're looking up to don't have their best interests in mind, and flat out could be actively trying to harm their lives.
Dude, that's
like, who's benefiting other than these evil people? Who's benefiting from fucking transgender surgeries? Like, how do you convince an entire couple of generations of women and some men to think that that's like a normal thing? Like, how do you at the same time say you have it's just a child, you should never even discipline them to this and to that, you got to let them be themselves, and then you want to go chop off their genitals at the same time? Like, how do you hold those two thoughts in your head?
Dude, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know how we got here with all that shit, and how are the people, what I feel scared with all that shit with, like, the parents, like them, like, transitioning their kid before they're of age to know anything. Can you imagine, like, if you had a libtard fucking parents, right? And they just decided to, like, what, I don't want a fucking boy, I want a girl. It's happening to Elon Musk right now. One of his girls, one of his fucking girls that he banged that as a kid, like, well, fucking Elon goes crazy. But one of them was like, I guess it's a boy, had a baby boy, it's like 1 year old. She's like, I'm gonna transition him to like a girl or whatever. She said that, and now Elon's like going to the courts, like trying to put a stop. Like, he has to try to put a stop to this. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you're mutilating fucking kids. Listen, if they grow up and they become gay or whatever the fuck, when they're 18, you know what I mean? Or maybe like, you know what I mean? Like, let them do whatever they want at an age.
18 is still crazy young, dude.
That's true, but you know what?
18's crazy young.
I know. John,
you should have to be 30, bro. You should have to be 30, and the second that you sign the paperwork to actually chop your dick off, they should say, okay, we're going to put you on there, and then they just ship you. You wake up in an insane asylum, and you got to do 10 years in an insane asylum.
Dude,
and they never chop your dick off.
You're right.
And then 10 years after that, you can come out and see if you can rejoin society.
There should be a place called Tranny Island where we just fucking ship all of them, and it's like a fucking show to watch, because it just be filled with like mental illness. Just people that just can't get along. They're all fighting each other, all yelling. Dude, it's mental illness, and people don't want to wake up to it.
Mike, I heard this is why Trump wants to buy Greenland.
Yeah, it's rich in minerals and trannies. I mean, that's why he wants it. Holy shit. I tell you, man, the world is just so fucking backwards right now. I can't take it anymore. I try to look for the humor and everything. Thank God I do, because that just gets me by, because I can't watch the news without coming out with something funny about it. And I have to laugh because it's so fucking crazy, man. I mean,
maybe this is a we talking here, but I'd like your opinion on this.
Tell me.
Why do you think biologically we laugh? Like there's a biological need, like reason for burping, for farting, for shitting, for drinking,
Yeah.
for seeing, for every yawning, like everything. There's a reason for why it happens. But laughter is universal. It sounds the same everywhere, and there's really no
I know.
obvious.
I know why. It's like going to a fucking massage parlor and getting jerked off. If you didn't do it, you'd kill people. Like that's pretty much it. If you didn't laugh and you'd just be a miserable fuck. Like I could
But
not be that
why?
way.
I
But
mean,
why like the
biologically
biological
speaking,
way?
yeah. Like
Um
you have to fucking impregnate a woman for biology to happen for a baby to come out. It's a biological thing. Like your body you have a biological urge to procreate, a biological urge to take a shit, whatever. Like you could feel that like
yeah.
there's a reason behind it. But laughter, like what there's a reason why you can see, and so you can fucking make it through, navigate the world. There's a
Yeah.
reason why you could hear, so you can hear what's going on around you. There's a reason why you could taste. Like there's reasons for all these things. Yet, like, why? What is laughter? What's the point of laughter other than to reinforce community?
I mean, maybe that's what it is. Like-minded people, like you attract people like that make you laugh, and then you obviously want people to laugh with you. I don't know, maybe it is like a community, or maybe just like I don't know, attract like-minded people, like in that sense. Like I don't, what do
Well,
you think it is?
I mean, most of humanity, people lived in tribes where everybody knew everybody anyway. And if you didn't have people's backs, your tribe got fucking annihilated by another one, and you guys were
Right.
dead.
Yeah, shit
So
fucked up.
you had a real reason that you didn't like. That was the reason why people loved to care for each other, because that's people lived.
Mhm.
Now, because we live in a country with 330 million people, whatever it is, laughter has turned into a situation where it becomes like a easy mechanism to form bonds between strangers and reinforce bonds with people who know each other.
Yeah.
But all right, well, I mean, we were talking about something crazy, the
Yeah.
Somali thing before. I just wanted to
I mean,
talk
there's
about
nothing.
that for a second. It's
I
just
mean,
weird
there
how that
is. I
exists.
listen. There's something funny about Somalians. I mean, they got fucking weird shaped heads and like crooked teeth. So it's like
Bro, what is that, dude?
dude, you know what it is? I know exactly what it is because they're all fucking each other. They're all fucking related. They're all fucking cousins. That bitch you mentioned in Congress before, Elon Omar, she married a fucking brother to fucking get here. You tell me that's not incest? They're all fucked up,
Yeah, I
man.
mean, that might have just been paperwork, though. I don't
Oh,
know that they were literally trying to procreate. I
right.
mean,
Allegedly, it was paperwork.
yeah,
Allegedly, there. You know what I mean? I don't
I
want to get
I
fucking
did
sued.
watch. You know who Andrew Wilson is?
Andrew Wilson.
He does all the
What is it?
debates. He smacks around all the liberals all the time.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so he did a debate against this Muslim guy, and he went through all of the um, Muslim nations and the rate of first cousin marriage, and almost all the Muslim countries you can name, it's like above 40-50% of marriages are between first cousins.
Yeah, dude, that's why they're all fucked up. That's why they look like that.
Yeah, dude, I mean, when you
How
look at it,
crazy is that? Expand your horizons. Fucking Somalians.
I just like the fact that the human beings can look like that is really astonishing.
I
I
mean,
mean, look at
yeah.
me in this camera right now, and then look at a Somali. Like, how are we the same thing?
Right, we're not the fucking same. That's for fucking sure. That's for damn sure.
I don't
I mean,
understand.
they look like they belong in like the fucking Beetlejuice movies, you know?
Yeah, they're like cartoons of sorts. And
Yeah.
listen,
They
I'm
make
sure
me
there are
laugh.
plenty of Somalis that are good people, and for them,
Yeah.
God bless you guys. The
Yeah.
rest of you motherfuckers, bro,
Right.
get the fuck out of our country.
For the ones that don't like cause fraud and bang each other's cousins, you can fucking stay. Like I'm not.
Listen, pay your taxes, bang your cousin. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Pay your
yeah.
taxes.
Listen, yeah.
And stop
As long as
stealing
you-
from us.
Yeah. Stop stealing. And
Yeah,
then you
whatever
can
you're doing
fucking
in
stay.
your bedroom, I don't care. You want to be gay? You want to fuck your cousin? I don't care.
Yeah.
Just fucking don't be a detriment to society. Contribute to society.
Go
That's
to
all we
Tranny.
ask as Americans.
Right.
Don't
Go to
harm,
Tranny Island.
contribute, and fucking be peaceful. What more do we ask?
Right.
And we open up a country up to the rest of the fucking world, and then they want to simultaneously take our wallets out while they're sticking their dick in our ass. Fuck out of here.
Right. They come in and they try to like come over like the Muslims. They try to come over and like try to like destroy our way of life and bring their way of life here. Meanwhile, they're coming here trying to outbreed us because they fucking have
Far
like
outbreed
5
us.
girlfriends. They have all kids on purpose with each one of them to collect more taxpayer money that goes to
Right.
them, and they just reap the benefits. What the
I mean,
fuck?
how easy? If you don't have to go to work, and you could just fucking have and raise babies all day, and we could just pay for the families. Why wouldn't you do that?
Right. I mean,
I mean,
listen,
how
maybe, John, maybe we're the stupid ones, and these fucking Muslims and the Somalis, maybe they're just fucking geniuses. We don't even know about it. Because can we, like, they just come here, they take all our shit. Like, how come we can't go to their countries and just figure out a way to manipulate their systems?
and take what from them? They got nothing.
I don't know. Their fucking sandals. I don't fucking know, man. What can we possibly take from them over there? That's why they come over here. Like, yeah, we really do got it made in America. I gotta give us credit, but like we gotta stop all this fucking bullshit, all this fraud and all
People
this
came
fucking
before, bro.
bullshit.
People died for this shit, man. You know,
Dude, yeah.
we,
I know. Yeah, we do.
I mean, I don't know how many American soldiers and how many American casualties of war there have ever been. I would guess it's got to be, you know, in the millions or maybe hundreds of thousands. But we kind of live in a dream over here, bro, versus most of the world.
Yeah.
Even Europe, dude. Look at Europe now. You're talking about Muslims, and you know they want to come over and take over. You're saying that as an American, and if you look at it just through an American lens, you say, "Oh, that's pretty fucked up to sound to hear that someone would say that."
Yeah.
But if you just all you have to do is look at Europe and see that that's exactly what happened. They're just years ahead of us because
Dude, I know. That's
people,
scary, right?
yeah, they took their guns away willfully, and now they fucking can do whatever they want. The government, and they just fucking allow this shit to go on because they want. It's just the question about all this is like, why? What is the end game here? Like,
I don't
wouldn't
know.
it make sense if
know.
you wanted to? If it was about money for these people, then you would encourage a more prosperous, peaceful society that was able to flourish. You know, like create like you know a Jetsons type of a world, some type of like utopia of sorts. What is their end game if not that? Because they haven't the money's already there.
I don't know, bro.
You know, it's not like they could ever want for anything. Is it
more
just
control? More? I don't know. What is the end game? Why are they letting Europe go to fucking shit like that? Who are those fucking leaders that allowed that to happen?
The evil people when someone righteous starts coming up, they just whack them. They just kill whoever it is that dissents. And maybe they've just been doing this for decades or maybe even centuries. Who fucking knows? And then whoever dissents, they just fucking go and kill. And then whoever remains is just loyal to the cloth, and that's it.
You know, like you figure like
maybe we're like hundreds of years that we lost a battle, like hundreds of years ago, and we're just living in fucking, the aftermath of that.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. That's
maybe that's why we like all these dystopian apocalyptic shows, like The Walking Dead, and all these,
We're just waiting for it to happen.
Last of Us,
right?
Maybe it's not that it already happens. Maybe like these libtards say like you have generational trauma and stuff. Maybe that there's something to it where our ancestors did go through exactly that. Like the evil people won. Like whoever what they did win. Like
and we're the aftermath of it. And we're the aftermath. That's crazy. That's a fucking crazy fucking thought.
Maybe, bro.
I mean, dude, that is wild.
That actually makes sense. The evil people won, and we're just living in the aftermath.
Yeah, we have to live through the shit, I mean, we see it. We've seen a lot of shit
over the fucking years. Think about it. If they won 500 years ago, let's just say, well, I don't know what weed I smoke, but this shit is fucking crazy. But
talking about
just think about it.
Dead
let's say the evil people won, right? The evil people won. They wanted ultimate control and power. But you're living 500 years ago. I mean, what is your quality of life there? You're still shit in the bucket. There's no cars. You're eating the same food forever.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't you want a society that like America to just have like an R&D department called America that, bro, I'm gonna get myself killed on this podcast. I think I think
even to bleep this out
right now. I'm about to pull the shades now. What if like they won and we're just living in the aftermath of that? I lost my train of thought, but the fucking thought of me dying right now, I was like,
fucking hit you hard.
I'm looking for a red dot in the camera right now.
You're gonna
be power. The Jews are gonna shut us off.
Close the shades in your fucking windows, man. Yeah, I'll tell everybody right now. Listen, I'll never kill myself. I will never be caught with anything fucking bad. If it ever happens, it was the government that fucking. And by the way, There was a fucking drone over my backyard yesterday out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Yeah, dude. I was like looking at it. First, I was like, I gave him the peace sign, and then it was hovering over me, like watching me. And then I was like, yo, fuck you. So whoever was filming it, it's showing me like this, like, fuck you, this fucking
It flew
drone.
away.
And then it just flew southeast out of nowhere, just dipped like
Yeah,
mad quick.
southeast.
I'm
It's like
like,
it knows what direction it went.
oh, dude,
Did you go on Google Maps and see what was around in that
dude, I
direction?
was tracking that shit. I got in my car. I went due
You
southeast,
did?
and I was fucking looking for that shit. I was like, I was waiting for it to land in somebody's backyard, and I would just go back there and just, oh man, what I don't know what I would have done because I know it had to have a
Mike,
camera on there, and they were filming me. Why
you
are they
should
fucking
have.
filming me?
You should have just pulled your dick out and started slowly
I
stroking
thought
it.
about it. I thought about it, but I don't want to end up online and shit.
Listen,
Like,
you're in the
looking at-
privacy of your backyard. They're the ones who are fucking or peeping.
That's true. That's true. I'm like,
Yeah.
now I'm thinking about I got a pool in the fucking backyard. Are they gonna fucking come around, check it out like while I'm out the fucking pool? Like, yo, fuck
Like go
you.
swimming in your pool.
Yeah, dude, I might have to.
Pee. Who cares?
Yeah, I'll get naked and put blackface on my face and like see if they fucking come at me. Then I'll definitely be on the fucking news.
Well, when you pull your dick out, they'll know you're black.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, the gig is up. The gig is up, Mike. We know. We
Mike, what
know.
was I saying before I lost my train of thought? Before
They're coming to get you, John.
yeah, no, before that.
I mean, the end. You know.
Oh
with the
yeah.
fucking-
So America fucking being this R&D department that is basically innovating all these new things that they are the ones who are the recipients of. Essentially, we'll get it along the line because they got to keep us happy, or else if we're not happy, we're not going to innovate as a society. But
Right.
the better society is, the more that we're going to fucking innovate and create their private jets and their fucking yachts and their fucking $15 million houses, $150 million houses, depending who we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And then to keep that in line, they'll just snip away who's fucking trying to change their fucking game. But they long won the game. They won the long one ago. They won a long time ago.
Dude, there's
and actually,
no doubt about it.
maybe it's the weed, but I think it makes sense, bro.
You know, it's funny. Like we say all this bad shit about like how they won the game and how Europe is failing, but then you look at Trump, right? And I think he's a game changer. I think he's somebody that they really hate because he's disrupting all this shit. And if you look at the guy, you know, Manduda or whatever, the Valenzuela from Valenzuela, you know,
Maduro?
yeah, Maduro, sorry. And then, you know, he
Don't apologize to me for that.
yeah, you know, so they got his ass. And for people that don't know, backstory on him, you know, the last election he was in 2024 against Gonzalez, he lost by a landslide. He didn't leave office. He issued a warrant for the guy that beat him. The guy that beat him was Gonzalez. Gonzalez had to go find refugee in Mandarin, Spain, right? That's a legit Madrid, Spain. Yeah. Yeah, Madrid. So that's a legit. I know the fucking the weed and the wine is like hitting me right now. So like, you know, that's a real life dictatorship, right? It's just funny how that's who the Dems are simping for. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, we seen all the videos of all the Venezuelans. They were celebrating the streets because they got freedom. They were so fucking happy. They were tired of this guy running over citizens with tanks. John, they were running over citizens with tanks.
That juxtaposition of the news people talking about how bad it was what Trump did, and them showing fucking videos of 100,000 people parades fucking celebrating Trump was hilarious.
How could they not just acknowledge it, bro? Why do they really have Trump derangement syndrome like that?
Yeah,
like
dude.
It's crazy.
The people who are not blackmailed into saying the things that they say, the people who actually believe it. I mean, you're talking about the lowest band in between fucking average intelligence and retard, the lowest band that you could possibly be before you enter retard in. Right, that's what we're talking about here. There's just no question about it.
There's a lot of
if you took IQ tests of these people at the protests, I guarantee you they're a little more than room temperature. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just what it is. Yeah, they're 80, 85-ish IQ people. Most people are by 100, and then people like us are like 115, 150, whatever. 150 is a lot, but you know what I mean? 140, whatever.
I think I was up there.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what you're dealing with. it's actually fascinating that people like that can even exist.
They
That
do.
you can be like a human being, a sentient human being, can navigate the world and still just be hoodwinked at any moment that they could be. If it wasn't for the fucking black squares for BLM, it wasn't fucking protests for Hamas and pro fucking Palestine. Now it's fucking the fucking they really gave Trump a superpower, bro. They
Oh, no
really
doubt.
anything that he says they will go against. It doesn't matter. There's never been one thing in 10 years that they ever agreed with once. So they genuinely gave him a superpower. He had to just say the most obvious shit and then they have to fucking disagree. Just by virtue of whatever he says.
Yeah, I
He
have
really
proof
should
of
go
that.
even crazier. I mean, he's brought it to a point of them having to celebrate a dictator. So he's really brought it to a crazy, crazy point
Yeah,
to begin with. I
it's
mean, they had to
ridiculous.
defend fucking transgenders one year. They had to defend
Oh,
Kamala Harris at the same time and Joe Biden, all that shit. Then
it's
he got them to defend fucking men and women's sports. And then he got them to defend fucking dictators.
it's crazy. It really is fucking crazy. You know what? What's funny about it? Because I know you've probably seen all the videos like back in the day, and I remember them. It's when Hillary Clinton came out, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, how they were saying they were so against, this immigration has to stop the illegal immigration. You can't let these fucking people in. They have to come in the right way. We want all the criminals out. And then Trump is saying the same. They had all ICE back in the day. ICE came in back in
Use
the
their
day.
fucking speech,
What
dude.
the fuck?
Trump, it's there's clips you can watch. Listen, I know we don't get a ton of listeners, and this probably is going to go viral unless both of us are fired on Monday. But or if it does go viral, we're both fired on Monday. But the reality of the situation is this. Uh, I lost train of thought.
The reality of fucking Trump and Bill Clinton and them being on the same page, but the fucking people now have to be hypocrites and they hate Trump so much that they have to go against exactly what he says. Meanwhile, that was the Democratic way. That was everybody's way.
Oh, the stitch. There's a video where they have Bill Clinton, Hillary, and it's I think it's Bill, Obama, and Hillary, and then it's almost like the same 30 words in the
Word to word,
exact
right?
same order, and Trump saying it, and then them contradicting what they themselves said.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he took the script out of their fucking draw and
Right.
and just said it, and then they fucking now 10 years later, whatever it is.
That's why I love the people that go on the college campuses and they go like, and they read the verbatim, like what
Oh,
Clinton said, what
it's
Obama said,
fucking.
and like, can you believe he said this about immigration? They go off like, fuck Trump, fucking this. Oh, that was Barack Obama, and they're like, but it's the way he said it. And they come out with all these fucking excuses, and man, I eat that shit up, John, like fucking pancakes. I'm like, I'm fucking eating. I'm like, give me more, feed me more of this fucking these fucking. I don't know what happened on college campuses. I don't know if they got brainwashed or what's going on, but man, I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Well, think about it. Colleges, for the majority of their existence, only was for people mostly in the upper tier of that IQ spectrum,
Yeah,
right? Think about it. You probably were 100 plus IQ if you went to college. Anytime before maybe the 70s or the 80s, if you were below that, you were working labor and you weren't going to college. It just wasn't something that happened.
true. I'll give you that.
Now that every a college is accessible for everybody through these fucking criminal loans that that people get at 8% fucking interest that you have to fucking pay for 25 years for a piece of paper that you don't even use.
True.
Um,
You ever took an IQ test?
Not like a formal one.
I mean, you did one online.
Yeah, I did a couple of them online. The ones you pay for.
What's the highest you could score online? Do you remember?
I don't know. I got mine was up to like 127.
One twenty
I got
seven.
126, 127.
I,
Yeah, it was
I
more than 125,
I
but it
took an
wasn't
I
130.
I took an IQ test like years ago, dude, and I did it when I was stoned. No joke, John. I think I scored 196. I was a fucking genius, right? And I
That's a
was
lot.
like, holy shit. I'm
Were you
like,
just guessing and guessing right? That's fucking crazy.
no, dude. I was like, I was zoned in. I
I
was like,
think Einstein was like 150, bro.
dude, no. And I was looking at that. I was like, and this is before like all the fucking ancestry.com. So I was like, I think I'm related to Albert Einstein. I'm a fucking genius right now. It's fucking crazy. I was coming out with answers like fucking beautiful mind, like Russell Crowe back in the day. I was like, I didn't even need a chalkboard. It was all fucking bang, Henderson. I should do another one. I'm telling you, I could beat anybody in an IQ test if I'm fucking stoned. If I'm sober, I'll flunk. I'm like, I'm fucking probably like in the 80s, like a fucking retard.
Yeah. But think about it. They took people who are, 80, 85 IQ, and they put them into a system. They in that range, you probably don't have good discernment of what people tell you, and you can't tell what's really going on. You're just able to digest the information well enough to regurgitate it back on some kind of formal test.
Speak it. Yeah,
That's
you
about
speak
as
it
good
really
as
well,
you
yeah.
can do. So
You're
whatever
memorizing shit.
information you're fed. So they took college from something that was only for the wealthy and then the middle class and then to the dumbest of all people that you could find, whatever classes they're in, and turn them into fucking foot soldiers because they're susceptible to any information given to them. So if you are able to infiltrate fucking high school and college across America, and you can, this is what I'm saying, bro. The only way it's possible for them to infiltrate all the board of educations all over the entire country, all the fucking hundreds of universities and colleges in America, is if we're living in the aftermath of their victory.
We're all fucking zombies, dude. You might be
Think
onto
about it.
something. You really might be like, and they just give us shit just to keep us occupied, so they can
Yeah,
continue to like divide and conquer and just keep us, serving the fucking thing.
yeah. They
I
got
don't
to
know.
keep the flame at a certain height. It can't
But
be on. It can't be too low. It can't be too high. But they have to stoke the
yeah,
flame. To think about how you build a fire, you know, it's got to fucking simmer. You can't have it fucking raging too much. You can't have it fucking too light.
yeah.
And then every once in a while, you got to throw some fucking logs on there, shimmy it up. Flame fucking grows, and then now all the wood's on fire, and it's fucking creating a nice fire for you. It's very similar.
That's
That's
a
that
good
sacred geometry right there, bro.
That's a good analogy right there. But I mean, we're talking about the same people, right? The same fucking people that have protested. Remember the No Kings fucking thing, right? These are the fucking same people that are supporting a Venezuelan dictator that have shouted "No Kings." The hypocrisy and the irony of that, just it's fucking hilarious, you know. Like speaking of No Kings, right? Like the start of the No Kings protest during, like, remember during the Biden administration when they forced you to take the vaccine, when they labeled you
My
misinformation,
body, my choice, right?
do my body, my choice, exactly. They labeled our, my podcast, the podcast you've been on, Mix Up Podcast, they labeled us misinformation to control the narrative. Same thing with like media companies or whatever that chose a different agenda, they wanted to. And then it turns out years later, we just find out that, that Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook was like, yeah, the Biden administration harassed us and told us to take shit down that went against their fucking narrative, which is fucking the exact thing of a dictator. That's exactly
Yeah,
what a dictator would fucking do.
yeah,
And then they chose Kamala behind closed doors as a candidate.
yeah.
That's
Like the
fucking
fucking
nuts.
Vatican, bro.
You know what? So like when I look at it, like why was the No Kings protest like it's like against wasn't it supposed to be against billionaires and powerful people? But then again, the No Kings protest was fucking funded by powerful and people like the Zoros and shit. It's basically just to rearrange power.
Bro,
That's all it
think
was.
about the irony. They're saying no king's protest while taking a check from a veritable king.
100%. And people
I
just
mean,
don't look at the hypocrisy of that. Like, come on, man.
you're talking about a billionaire who, for all intents and purposes, is a modern day king of sorts.
Yeah.
You're taking a check from the
Shit.
king to protest no kings. The
Right.
only way you could do that is if you are subpar IQ. There's no other way. You're able to. You're smart enough to exist in society. They've built a society safe enough for even the most close to retarded people as you can possibly get can exist safely and live 80 years and contribute to society. And
Yeah.
then when
Live
they
on the
need
spectrum.
you to vote, what?
Live on the spectrum.
Right on, they're right at the fucking purple or red edge of fucking of the spectrum there. Whatever the
That's where they want you to
whatever
be.
color is top or bottom. I don't know.
Right.
I know the color spectrum is red to purple, but
That's where they want you to be. They want you to be right there.
yeah. But people like us are a problem.
Yeah, we are a fucking problem. But that's why a person like Trump is a fucking problem, because he's not a dictator. He's like the wrench in the machine that the real dictators don't want. A real
Yeah,
dictator. A real
he's
dictator
he,
silences opposition and controls the media. Remember, he
he
called media fake news. He called them
yes.
fake news, and that's what they didn't like.
Yeah. Well, they don't like anything he does because he's a threat to their lifestyle, their fucking money, and then probably their freedom.
Dude. 100 fucking percent, man.
Like if you know you've been doing illegal shit, the person who knows you're doing illegal shit is trying to fucking get into power to take you down. You're gonna try anything, like maybe convincing an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid to crawl into a roof in Butler, Pennsylvania, and take a shot at the president.
Right. And then
Maybe if he's going to lose, and you could use your fucking advanced tactics to control some fucking retard to do that. Maybe you would do it. Just saying,
yeah,
maybe.
and do you think it's something like MK Ultra where they fucking take these kids and they
100%,
brainwash
bro.
them? Because this dude was on a BlackRock fucking commercial back in the day, and you know who fucking BlackRock is. We don't have to get into that. I don't want to get hurt, but do your research. I don't want to fucking say it. But then all of a sudden, this kid's like the prime suspect, and then when they go to look at his house and all that shit, everything's fucking gone. Everything's fucking clean. Even fucking silverware is fucking done, completely gone out of his fucking place. Dude, there is something suspect about that shit. Even if you believe Trump actually got shot, like who the fucking knows what's going on? I don't know. I can't say for sure. We just see crazy shit on the fucking news all the time.
Yeah, man.
Ugh,
One thing that I think that's going on. I've been saying this for like last few weeks to some of my friends. Um, People are complaining about fucking no one getting arrested for the Epstein files, no one getting arrested for the fraud yet and stuff like that.
yeah,
I think what is going to end up happening is there's this at some point this year before the 4th of July, there's going to be some type of like Rudy Giuliani arresting 200 mobsters at one time situation across the United States. Anybody who's involved in fraud, the Epstein files, fucking Somali fraud, any of the fucking corrupt,
oh god, I would love
what you
that,
call it.
John.
So think about it.
Love that.
They're looking to build cases and find how far the corruption goes, and they've been throwing the public bones. They've been throwing public bones with the Epstein files and with fucking all these different things that have gone on with the fucking just whatever. And then he says, I'm holding all my cards close to the vest until I could just sit there and then bang, royal flush on America's fucking right around America's birthday. America, I just gave you, took all the fraud out of the fucking government, all these corrupt people who have been, poisoning your fucking families and your children and just your way of life.
Bro,
You get just all the fraud's gone now, and fucking there's not going to be not any more income tax
bro,
or fucking we're going to just go back to fucking being a military defense. All the people who are bad actors against us fucking are just
bro.
whatever. I don't know how crazy it goes,
That's the
but
dream, man.
I think that's why they're not putting their foot on the gas on any of these things. I think they're
I hope you're
feathering the
right.
gas on all these different cars so that way they all
Oh,
hit the wall at one time.
bro, I hope to God you're fucking right, man. Because that would be some shit that would just change the entire
Like from
fucking world, man.
Mamdani to fucking
It would flip it.
Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz
Oh yeah.
to the Biden family to fucking Obama and fucking the Clintons and maybe even I don't know if we can get Soros. He's not an American per se. He
I
lives
know.
in another
That's
country. I
so
don't know if he's American citizenship, but he's not an American. To Gavin Newsom and fucking all those people who there's some type of
bro.
like verifiable fucking illegal activity they went through. They all get
That
investigated over the next handful of months,
oh
and that's why it's coming out everywhere.
that
If you
that's
told
music
me
to my
that
ears.
Nick Shirley was somehow handpicked and was told like I don't know if he's got an uncle in the fucking CIA or somebody in Trump's field. I don't know what the story is there, but there's just no reason for this to have this kid to be able to find all this stuff so easily and it gone so viral to the point that it is.
Yeah.
They wanted that to happen. And now fucking Benny Johnson going out to California, that $24 billion for the monorail that they were supposed to create that they never did. And all the money is just fucking gone. I
Got him.
think they're just fucking sucking up all the information, bro. And then sometime around like May or June, maybe Memorial Day, that Trump's patriotic like that, it starts to fucking people getting, arrested here and arrested there. And then all of a sudden it's just fucking like woof.
Can
By the end of the year, we're in a whole entire different country.
dude, that's dude, you're just describing like a fucking perfect movie plot for to come out to make everybody feel great. Because if that happened, can you imagine all that happened and all the influx of money that would go to the American taxpayers that they would get refund checks. They would eliminate federal tax, federal income. What's that?
I just wanted to be time stamped in case I do get killed. If the video goes viral, you'll see that this happened
At
on Friday, January
9:33.
6th at 9:34 at night. Friday, January
Man,
16th,
dude,
2026. I said all this.
I gotta be honest.
Conspiration.
You got, I don't know what it is in that weed. We got to send me some of that weed because that's a fucking great take. Because if that happened, it would cure so many ailments of what's going on in the world. But then I have to play devil's advocate with that because when I look back and I remember Elon coming with Doge and then going after all that shit, and then all of a sudden Doge goes away. It's like it makes me like sad.
He went away, not Doge.
Yeah, well
Doge
saying,
went
like,
back where they're not going crazy with being
Okay.
public facing right now.
Okay, so maybe something's happening behind the scenes, which we could hope for the next 3 years because Trump got 3 more years. Man, that would be so amazing if that fucking happened, man.
I think
It really
one
would be.
year to really fucking sink our teeth into what's going on, 1 year to break it down, which is 2016, 2020, 2026, and then 2 years to build it back up and then pass the baton to the next guy.
And hopefully,
But
the next
listen,
guy is fucking
I'm
good.
not a particularly religious person, bro. But when you see what happened with that, the way fucking Trump's head just fucking dodged the bullets like that,
Moved.
God's involved in this situation. Like, I don't care what you believe in, fucking Allah, Muhammad, whatever bullshit you want to believe in. I don't give a fuck. The point of the matter is, like, when stuff like that happens, you have to acknowledge that just mathematically, the chances of stuff like that happening are just too small for there not to be some type of intervention there.
Yeah,
So why else? Why else would God have done that other than to maybe rescue us from the loss that we suffered back in the Dark Ages?
I mean, we need
Original
something.
point.
We need something but you're right. Like going back to what you said earlier in the pod, as society, we did lose God for like everything, all the distractions, all the fucking garbage, and then I don't want to get crazy into the whole religion aspect and shit like that because for me, I think religion they taught you, back in the day, religion, they taught you you are a sinner and you have to pray to God and in order to get right. And then school taught you how to fit in and not really think for yourself. You know what I mean? You had to be part of that. Politics taught you how to choose a side. We're separate. Why can't we all just be spiritual and be all involved together? How come it's such a divide and conquer type of thing? And I look at different religions and we could go down the rabbit hole with all the different religions, how oh, I believe in this religion and this is right. So your religion can't be right. Why? Why does that have to be like that? I don't think it has to be like that. If you're just a spiritual person and you believe in, God or whatever of the whole fucking place, you should be okay with that. You don't have to, go a certain set of rules. You don't have to do this, do that. I think all that kind of shit is man-made in a way, right? Am I
Yeah,
wrong in thinking that?
yeah. So that kind of goes back to what I was saying before about all of the kind of structures of life that we're kind of comes to have just been infiltrated by bad people. You know what I mean? They
We were brought up like that. We were taught that. We were almost programmed. We're programmed.
Yeah, I mean, religion's fine on its face, but then you get these evil people involved that convince people to go and they should wage wars on religion,
Yeah,
and then they use that to convince people like us to, kind of not renounce our faith, but doubt our faith later. Like, when you're a teenager, you're kind of, I feel like everybody goes through that where they just kind of separate themselves from the church. Maybe that's why the Amish use Rumspringa. Maybe that's the reason why they do that. Because they know that's going to be bound to happen at that age. So they say, okay, go and enjoy your fucking, sow your oats, whatever the case is, for a year, and come back to us. If you don't come back, you don't come back. But
yeah, right.
come back to us because I know that it's inevitable in human beings. It's just something that we're going to go through. I think as you get older in life, you come back to religion.
Not a bad
But
one.
it doesn't have humanity. But it was just infiltrated by bad people and then used as a means of control. Because bad people, that's what they want. I think that's that's the answer to the question I had before. Like, what are they looking for? Obviously, it's cliche to say, oh, it's just power. But what does power really mean? You know, money is power, but really, if you want like ultimate power, you want people to bend to your will.
Yeah, you want control of like the population.
Yeah, like you're a stranger, but every aspect of your life, I'm going to influence, and you're never going to know about it.
How,
You're going to do this because I said you should do that. You're going to do that, and you're going to get
right.
up on Mondays and
How, how do you think like we got here to this point? Like, because like think about it. Like we're born, right? We're just fucking born. Now, who who owns the land? Who owns the water? Who owns the natural resources? Right? Who does all that belong to on our planet? That's the bare essential to life, right? But it comes with a price tag. Our price tag is set by the system we grow up in, not by nature. It's almost a way to like program us. Talk about being controlled. That's the ultimate control. Like and then we're set. We're divide, conquer, divide and rule. We will never unite. If we all unite, and then we will never look at like who built this arena that we're all in, and that why are we fighting, each other.
yeah,
This
that's
whole
why.
system we're set up. It's
That's
crazy.
why. That's why they always stoke the flames of fucking race and religion and fucking politics, and that's why we know who fucking Rachel Good's name is, because that's what they want. They have to keep that fire going. It can't get too low. You don't want it to be too high, and then everybody goes and just pulls their guns out and shoots each other.
Right.
So
Right.
they just have to keep the flame on mid. That's just
Yeah.
what they have to do.
It seems
It's
that
really
way.
just
It's like it's always something. It seems
yeah.
like
Like
it's always
if you
something.
ever take an IQ test, like most of it is just
I
pattern
did.
recognition.
I was a genius.
Yeah, 196 IQ. You were guessing the pattern right all the way to the end. I
196.
don't even know how you did it. But
Above, way above the spectrum, John.
yeah, but that's what it is. It's just pattern recognition, and you see the same things happen over and over and over again like that.
It's way too much fucking. It's way too much division in this country to begin with. I'm like, I think we were doing like,
Bro, listen, I don't mean to cut you off there. You wrote something that just completely grabbed my attention. Just going on this point, just as just a little microcosm, you wrote in the rundown: Congress hearing asking, "Can a man get pregnant?" to an actual doctor.
Did you see this?
I fucking saw it, bro. That's why I grabbed my attention. I fucking saw it, and I sat there and listened to that excruciating thing, and I was like, I can't believe this is fucking real life.
All right, for the listeners, do you want me to play this right now? I could play this and share it right now. I think we should just watch it, John.
We can watch it together right now.
Yeah, we can watch it together.
Oh
I'm gonna share the screen, and
anybody watching this video, I'm gonna watch this with you guys and suffer through it because I appreciate you listening. The only reason why I'm gonna not mute this fucking thing. I'm sorry you guys are gonna have to go through it, but understand I'm going through it twice.
All right, John. You see you see it?
Yeah, I do. The fucking ugly bitch on the right.
All right, here we go.
Verma. Why don't we start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take.
Can you pause it? Can you pause it?
That don't identify as women. That
can.
Yeah, John.
All right. Remember what I said before about intelligence. All right. They and the universities, they lowered the bar, right, to get into college where you're smart enough to retain and regurgitate the information. That's why when they ask someone this question over and over again, they have no choice but to keep repeating themselves because that's the answer to the question as far as they've been taught.
That is fucking nuts. All right, here we go. Continue.
Get pregnant.
again, as I'm saying.
Let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor. I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes, no questions.
You're
like
a doctor, I think. That's what he said.
No, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. And I'm asking you, you know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
It's extraordinary. No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask. I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
I mean, come on, man. That guy's fucking amazing. It's amazing that he has to go out and say that to this.
We're paying for that. We're paying for that.
Oh, man.
We're paying for this lady to fucking go to college and do this and then sit in a fucking hearing. We're paying for that fucking building.
It's crazy. How, this is what I mean. Like, how do we get here? How is that person a fucking doctor?
Mike, how do we get here? We get here by hundreds of years ago losing a battle to evil people who now run the world for hundreds of years.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the lizard people. We probably lost to the fucking lizard people back in the day.
Exactly. We lost to the lizard people. They live in the ocean. They can fucking face swap. They can fucking whatever they need to do to, you know, come out and fucking come against the fucking regular people. They could just suck on our fucking blood if they want or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know. One's gonna hop in this fucking window in a second and bite my fucking neck. You know it's gonna happen.
Dude, they fucking got us, man. They really, they did a number on this population, and it's just funny, like how the people that know, like me, you, like we know, like it's just a fucking game that's getting played on us, and then the people just fall for it. They fucking fall for it, left high sinker, man. And it's just like, man, you're so fucking dumb. You're so.
Bro, if you brought up Elon Musk, man, I know it's not like anything fucking profound to say, but thank fucking God he bought Twitter, dude.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Trump would not be president right now. Trump would not be president right now.
Right.
We would Kamala be president, and we would be so on the way to a fucking apocalypse, bro.
No, fuck. Can you imagine that cackling fucking nut job being fucking president? Can you imagine just go rewind. Remember when Biden all of a sudden, like, you know, he had 81 million votes? That's impossible. Do people know that's impossible? It's
no.
The biggest scam.
You can't quantify 81 million people. They don't even people in the country, bro.
Right, dude, it's fucking possible.
I don't know, 10 million.
Like, get the fuck out of here. You fucking and Trump comes on, he's like, you know, it was voter fraud, you know, he had proof, we all know. Anybody with a brain, with common sense.
Oh, bro. That's why Maduro's here. Because of the fucking the Diebold voting machines, right. He's going to testify that they did commit voter fraud to the Democratic Party.
So that's going to happen. That's going to fucking that's crazy. If that's going to blow the roof off on a whole bunch of shit right there.
Yeah.
I tell you, like, let me just say, the Democrats, they have run this country the last 18 to 24 years, something ridiculous. And you don't think the country's like fucked up because of them? I mean, we all talked about it before. Obama deported millions. He deported millions. ICE was awesome. They were able to do whatever they fuck they want. Everybody loved it because it made fucking sense. You know what I mean? Hillary fucking Obama, you know, we said it before. They all had videos of saying, like, you know, we got to get these fucking people out of the country. They're all hypocrites. Anybody, they're hypocrites. They have fucking TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's what happens, man. It makes me fucking mad that people aren't that fucking smart to wake up to that shit.
What if TDS is just like MK Ultra 2, but on a grand scale with like half of the population of America, and they were able to basically hypnotize them essentially into
it really seems like they are. Dude, it
celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, thinking to chop off. I mean, honestly, it's the actions of a hypnotized person.
So are we not hypnotized because we understand, and they're just fucking, they got hypnotized through the media, through social media, through everything else. They got MK'd Ultra to believe in that fucking crazy shit.
Someone's gonna kill me tonight, bro. This is bad. Don't put this episode out.
I have to, because you cracked the code, John. You're gonna save the fucking planet. You have no idea, dude. If fucking half the pop, these motherfuckers are hypnotized over this shit through media, through social media, and they're brainwashed. How come we have the power that we didn't get brainwashed? How come? Are we not susceptible to that? And they hate us. They hate people like us. We're not susceptible to that.
I can tell you why, Mike. We don't take any kind of listen, I don't know. I can be wrong about this. I bet you take no prescription medicine. You never get a flu shot. You never get sick. You didn't go to college.
Nope.
You rebelled in high school. You were a C student. Did you graduate college or did you?
I graduated college online. University, baby. Online.
That's all right.
That counts. I went to like a year and a half of regular college,
because this is the thing. Online college, you're not going to be as immersed in that fucking indoctrination camp as you are online. You got the piece of paper that you need, or maybe need. I don't know if you used it or not, but regardless, if you're going away to school, then you're going to be just in the fucking stew out there.
Yeah, you're in the fucking
pot. That's it, bro. Maybe
you're getting stirred. And by the way,
you're in the stew. We didn't get in that part of the human being's development, ages 18 to 22, the last couple phases of brain development, they get them because they're in school. They have to take their fucking flu shots. They have to get all these fucking vaccinations.
Wow, that's fucking nuts. So is the vaccinations and all that shit that is that having an impact on their fucking mind?
Yeah, dude. I mean, they already know that fucking Tylenol can cause autism if a woman takes when she's pregnant. Like, they know these chemicals that they're feeding us have adverse effects on the mind.
Right. Dude.
From development or degeneration of whatever it is. Maybe that's why all these other fucking diseases are prevalent, because of everything that goes on, the plastics in our food and all this nonsense that it is.
I just can't get over the fact that like we are like half the populace is like hypnotized. And yeah, like, dude, I never fell for getting the COVID shot. I faked it. I faked saying I did.
You knew from the inception not to do it.
Right.
There was never a doubt in your mind, right?
Never a doubt. There was no question. I was never getting that.
Anybody that I know that didn't get the shot, almost every single one of them was like not even it was a non-starter to get the shot. It was no situation where you were like, oh man,
Dude, how many people that took the shot, did their personality change a little bit, or did they get sick? Did they have anything? Did you notice any of that in people?
Bro, I mentioned my buddy. Well, I wasn't friends with him for 15 years or so, but my childhood best friend a few months back now at this point, I mentioned on the podcast, Joe Gravino. Kid I told you, he was like a bodybuilder type guy, fucking had a six pack from fucking when I met him when he was 11 years old.
Right.
All through his life. He was an NYPD cop, obviously had to get vaccinated to keep his job. And then at 35 years old, just dropped dead in the shower.
Fucking horrible, man.
Never took a drug in his fucking life. The boringest fucking kid, not even to be fucking rude to disrespect the dead. Boring, straight edge, like not, just like regular, degular fucking type dude. Became a cop, just like everybody else in the Northeast.
Horrible,
like that. Just that type of guy.
Fucking horrible.
And, couple kids, fucking wife, 35 years old, house, the whole 9 yards, and then fucking just drops dead. And they're like, oh, some type of embolism in his fucking stomach or something like that. Oh, so you're saying the blood clots in his fucking in his body killed him?
Yeah.
What do they call it? Clot lock or something like that. That the EMS workers and the fucking coroner talk about.
Yeah, they see it, man. Man, rest in peace, man. Why do you think? I had a question on that. Why do you think it happens to people like him and not other people that took the shot?
I mean, that could be just your body chemistry. That could just be the bats that you got. Whatever you put in your body afterwards, who knows? Dumb luck.
I mean, I always think like, like remember the COVID vaccine was a brand new vaccine. Apparently, remember throughout our human,
it's a gene therapy.
But remember throughout our human history, every vaccine they had casualties. Why wouldn't this be any different? And why would you take that shot knowing that information? Like, you know what I mean? That's the first thing I thought. And I was so worried about having to take that shot for my job. That's why I went through all this shit. Like I got the fake card. I don't give a fuck who knows. I got everything fucking fake. I said I got the fucking shot here. You know what I mean? And dude, thank God I never fucking took it. Thank God. And because John,
like, I'd be dead right now if I took it. I know I would be.
Dude,
I know I would be, bro.
I know it worries me too. And I think we're here in order to speak on it and tell people. Because remember, I always say it. Like remember the very beginning of the pandemic, they tried to use fear. They tried to like scare you.
Your grandma's gonna die.
Right, your neighbor. Right, you have to take it so your neighbor or your dad, your parents don't get it, and they scared you. Right. That's the first tactic. Then when that wasn't working, then they were like, "Oh, I'll give you a fucking gift card to get a free burger and fries." Remember the mayor of New York City was like, "I'm eating a cheeseburger now. I'm eating fucking fries. You could get a gift card for free fries for taking the vaccine."
Mike, who's that working on? You have to be on the 75 IQ for that to work on you.
On the spectrum, right there, right fucking below that shit.
Have to fucking be.
I could get fries. I'll take 10 shots. I'll get 10 fries. So these motherfuckers are doing that, right? So it fooled them. It tricked them. And then when that didn't work on people like me and you, what'd they do?
They went for a livelihood.
Our livelihood. They threaten us with our fucking jobs, with a way of making money. Because if we can't make money, we're not a slave, and we're not a slave to the fucking world, not a slave to money, and then you die. That's what it was. That's what it comes down to. A lot of my friends, a lot of my family took the shot because of that fucking bullshit, and I'm fucking pissed about it because I know some of them I know personally had health effects. Thank God some of them didn't die, but I know a couple people that died at the gym that took that. So fuck that shit, man. Yo, it makes me so mad, bro. It makes me so fucking mad because like me and you we knew, but some people didn't, and they felt like they had no choice. That's a legit dictatorship from your Biden administration.
I mean,
that's a dictatorship.
That might be worse than a dictatorship. I don't know what the next level of dictatorship is, but if you're willing to actively sacrifice your citizenry like that, I mean,
a jab in your arm.
Yeah, like
throwing shit in your veins. I don't do crack.
If you break down the word dictator, dictate means speak. So it's what you say goes, what dictatorship really kind of means if you break it down like that. There's nowhere in there doesn't mean that you must kill people. These people fucking did. They wanted to close your business. I mean, poison the world in one shot. That's literally what they fucking did. They poisoned the world in fucking one shot.
They wanted people
didn't want to take it because I don't mean the vaccine. I mean the disease itself. They let a fucking virus go to the whole world,
right?
And said whoever dies, fucking dies.
We don't.
Trump is that bad. Our lives are worth sacrificing whoever, untold millions of people with this deadly disease, right? And then then say, okay, now next round, let's fucking get everybody to do take a shot.
Dude, how insane. Remember how scary it was at the very beginning?
Mike,
we had to stay in our homes.
If the enemy didn't already win, how are they so successful and so powerful?
Dude, they're doing a number on us. They're doing a fucking number.
But Mike, how could they if they didn't already win?
I mean,
if they haven't well established already won.
Why are they still fucking with us then? Are we still battling? Are we still battling that?
Spiritual war, bro. Good versus evil will always go on.
I mean,
there's a reason why superheroes resonate with us, bro.
Yeah, exactly right. I feel like we're in that mode right now where we need more like-minded people like me and you, like a lot of my fucking friends. We need more of us to like do something about it. Speak up. Like I do a podcast. I wanted to get out,
bro.
But
the blessing of Elon Musk to fucking just, create one place for the world to fucking like have a full-on community square, a community square the size of the world. That's what he did.
Get me on that other planet.
No rules, just fucking whatever happens. Life will find a way, and that's what it is.
Get me on that other fucking planet, wherever it is.
Bro, this is such a more fun podcast than the Giants podcast. I can't even tell you. It's like orders of magnitude fucking better to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like my mind can just run free and say whatever the fuck comes to my mind.
Right.
And I feel like I came up with some brilliant fucking takes on this episode, honestly.
I might actually write a movie and have to credit you for like some of the fucking shit.
I'm going to be dead, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, I know, but yeah, half the world got hypnotized, and John was right.
This video might end with my fucking brains on that Derek Jeter poster behind me.
John Depot from the BBO NYG podcast he fucking knew the fucking truth, and he was fucking
not new. Figured it out.
Yeah, we just kind of figured it out as we were fucking talking. But I think that's what people lack now. People don't talk as much. People are always on their phones. They're dialed into that. They're not talking. They're not coming out with all these different fucking scenarios.
How convenient was the cell phone for these people? Say, here, let's give everyone a distraction device. Everyone in the world's getting a pacifier that puts you in your own world, and you can't even see your neighbor next to you.
Dude, genius fucking move. And everybody has a fucking iPhone.
Bro, I don't think I'll live another day of my life without thinking that we already lost. Whatever battles have gone on, that's fine. The war was lost centuries ago, and we're just living in the aftermath of the loss. I think that's gonna be my guiding principle for the rest of my life. I don't think I'll ever have a day where I won't believe that's the case.
Listen, I'm gonna be thinking about it every fucking morning because I'm gonna wake up crying. I'm like, it's fucking over. There's nothing we can do. But I mean, we need to do something about this. We have to do something about this. We know what's happening. Yeah. You called it. You called the truth. So we need to somehow fucking change it, man. We got to fucking change.
I think that's what God's allowed to happen with Trump, bro. As fucking crazy as that sounds, I think maybe
we needed him.
We got to a point where, in this American experiment, things were getting so good in the 90s and the 2000s with like just community in general. They had to break everything down. That's why Obama became president, and fucking all of a sudden after that is when all the race fucking separation stuff like that happens.
100%.
And then God's like, no, not this time. And he's, had Elon buy fucking Twitter, make sure that went through. That way we'd have this community square to meet each other and build up this army to fucking go against. And we're not sitting here with guns and stuff like that to the point of like, okay, we're going to shoot people, but just the conversations between us to, just try to see if people's eyes, like the more we talk about, the more people listen, and, the more people come across. We had a great awakenings during COVID. That was the one thing that backfired that they didn't plan for, was that so many people would fucking wake up to their bullshit. Pre-pandemic, bro, you were still tinfoil hat. 2015, 2017, if you were saying crazy shit like this, you were tinfoil hat. Now it's like everyone knows fucking this shit going on.
Yeah, bro. The secret is out. We're not because they changed the game. We're not conspiracy theorists anymore. We're truthers. We're speaking the truth and shit.
Social, baby.
It really is fucking crazy how we got there. I mean, like Obama did really come back and bring the racism back in this country. He brought that division, man. And
listen,
dude, he was, remember when he came to corners? He injected the race at every turn. Remember every legal case that was in the news? He fucking commented about it before any evidence or went to trial. What president does that?
You know what the crazy part about this is? The craziest part about it is this. In his first campaign in 2008, it wasn't about race relations at all. He didn't even say that he believed in gay marriage then. He explicitly says that he's not a marriage is for a man and a woman. And then the people who are controlling the great experiment that we're living through right now, for his 2012 campaign, said it's time to light the match. And then change it wasn't yes we can, it was change. Right? That's where he went from yes we can, which was all about fucking a black man becoming president. We can get a black man in the White House. Yes, we can get a black man. That's exactly what it was. Right. We were good enough as a country in America. Relations, we're such an elevated society that we're going to get a black man as American president, right?
John, that was a way to trick the population into thinking that's all great when he had different agendas coming to mind.
Yeah, well, whether he had different agendas himself or
the puppet masters.
Right. Or he is compromised. Like maybe a good compromise. Mike, just go with me for a second. Listeners, just go with me for a second. Mm-hmm. Maybe you compromise the president. You make him the most famous man in the world as this black, just perfect fucking statesman, like the person you dream up to be what a president would sound like. You want to compromise him, you make him marry a man who's a transvestite who's got a dick.
She does.
You give him 2 kids who aren't
their kids.
Not a picture of Michelle President. Wouldn't you say like that coming out would be a pretty good fucking blackmail to make sure you get along, go along to get along?
Dude, they created them. They allegedly. We have to say allegedly. We don't want to get fucking killed or sued. But you're remember you seen the fucking Michelle, we'll call him Michael. We'll call him Michael Obama.
Big Mike. Just call him Big Mike.
Big Mike. He was dancing and shit on a talk show. You can see his dick. That's true fucking photos. You could see Michelle Obama's dick. Michelle Obama had a dick.
Bro, it was pretty big. She got a cock, bro.
Like it's tremendous.
That's not a dick. It's like penis, dick, cock. Everybody knows the hierarchy.
Third leg.
That thing was moving the fabric, bro. Swanging. Yeah. It was like a kid on a swing, bro. I'm not even kidding.
Richter scale went up. Like they fucking had movement. You know what I'm saying?
Obama, his throat is wide. He could eat a whole sandwich in one go.
Right. That's why he talks so elegant, because he had to. He had no fucking choice.
Yeah, he had to talk slow with the big dick in his mouth. And that's why he was able to really make sure that
you fucking take this.
You listen when I talk like this.
Yes, I can. Like this fucking motherfucker. His kids don't even fucking look like that fucking jackass. But dude, you're right. He's a puppet master. He's a puppet.
They all are, and I think Trump's not. And I think that's why he's. That's why they're trying they're trying to shoot him over and over again. There was just bro. This is the craziest thing over the weekend. I saw a post online about how his presidential motorcade had to be detoured because they found the suspicious thing that they thought it was a bomb.
Really?
On the presidential route, yeah. And then there was the whole thing about the Secret Service guy leaking all his information about fucking JD Vance's fucking comings and goings and his family and shit.
Yeah, see that. How awful is fucking that, man?
Bro, the guy's got kids.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Or hammer holes in his house, whatever.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, does it come from it has to come from the Democratic side? Like we all know how the Clintons are fucking evil and apparently they fucking kill people. Do you know this fucking story about Hillary back in the day when when she was a lawyer, she defended a child rapist, right? Kathy Shelton was 12 at the time, and she was brutally raped, and she was the lawyer that got this fucking jackass off, and then all of a sudden she marries fucking Bill Clinton, who allegedly Bill Clinton, as a governor of Arkansas, fucking raped a girl, got away with it, and then all of a sudden we see him in the White House years later. He's fucking throwing a cigar of fucking Monica Lewinsky's fucking cunt, and we still don't think he did it. Like, get the fuck out of here. These fucking people don't stop. If they're a fucking creep and they're a sociopath and they rape and they do this, they're going to keep doing it. If they don't fucking have consequences, they're going to keep doing it. So you don't think Bill Clinton raped this fucking girl in Arkansas as governor? Get the fuck out of here. And he's in fucking pictures with Epstein in a fucking hot tub with fucking girls. Children. And these fucking Democrats still don't want to call him out. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
I had to call them out, but they're all going down together. They're all going
All
down
of them.
together, and I think that's going to
All
be
of them.
Trump's gift to America, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, I mean,
Something is just
please
inside my
please happen.
stomach. I could feel it. Like I could feel.
God, oh my God, you're right. I can't take it anymore, man. I can't take the hypocrisy. How we all know this evil is happening around the world. I mean, we just randomly think like these kids like go missing. We've grown up on these kids go missing and they're on the back of milk cartons, and we just think random people's doing it, and we just think random people's taking these kids and they're not going to get caught. Come on, man. It has to be a fucking. And now we see these global trafficking networks that exist, and they always existed.
That's
Fuck, man. How evil is that?
It's all it's for is for compromise too.
It's
all it's for is to compromise. Man. Nowhere else in fucking life can it. Have you ever met one person in the world who knows where to go find a fucking pedophile?
I have no idea.
Some fucking fence for little girls. Like, you ever hear of anything like this before in your life?
Like, there's apparently they just underground internet, bad internet. Where do you go? I don't even know where to go for any
exactly. These aren't for the common people, bro.
Right.
There's 330 million people in America, and I bet you 329,999,000 of them have no fucking clue where they're going to find a Jeffrey Epstein to be compromised by.
Right.
That shit doesn't fucking exist.
How does this guy all of a sudden how does he have all these billions of fucking dollars? How is he a fucking multimillionaire, billionaire? How? And he didn't even do anything. So he's getting paid. He's getting paid tremendously to.
He didn't do anything. He compromised the political elite of the world.
That's.
He might have had the greatest impact on humankind since Jesus.
That's crazy. That's a crazy fucking thing to say about Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I mean,
tell me I'm wrong.
Crazy. I know.
Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
But we said at the beginning of the podcast, it's not fucking crazy. It's not crazy to think about all these fucking things because it's just, you think about it, it's fucking true. It's accurate. Yo, this dude was in New York, in fucking New York City, in a fucking banging brownstone, man. He had this fucking bitch getting fucking young girls to come massage him. Yo, what the fuck? And he had fucking high class celebrities come hang out with him. Like that, dude. That's wild. That is wild, man. That's a wild scene in New York, bro. New York City.
It's all over the world, bro. These people have islands. All over the world. They have islands for this.
Islands, fucking islands where you can't even get to. You're not even allowed to.
Diddy is just the black Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
It makes more sense. It makes more sense.
Puffy would have never got any charges or anything if that video didn't come out from the hotel of him abusing that girl. You know, if that didn't happen, he'd still be doing his fucking thing, compromising other fucking people for the elite.
So here's the thing: if he's a plant from the CIA, which I fully believe that that's certainly possible. I don't think anybody can get away with that. I don't think anybody was ever on that kind of a win streak, and then to get 4 years out of it. What is it, 56 months, something like that? He got
ridiculous.
Yeah. If he's probably not in prison, he's probably on an island somewhere. And every once in a while, every couple weeks, they give a walk through the fucking, the mess hall, whatever. So everybody sees him. He goes out the back door and everybody's sleeping at night, goes to his island, hangs out for a couple weeks, comes back, makes sure, oh yeah, I seen Diddy in prison. I seen Diddy. All right, great. But really, he's just on an island in a fucking, $10 million fucking house, getting his dick sucked by fucking 12-year-old girls that come up from fucking the cartels on the fucking Underground Railroad of today.
That's why I think he's safe because he's not gonna testify against anybody, and I think that's why Epstein got killed in jail, because he was ready to testify against some fucking powerful people, and they took him out. That's the difference. I think Puff Daddy knew, hey, if you testify against anybody else, we're gonna take you out.
No, I think Jeffrey Epstein's story served the greater purpose.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's why we know what it is. I think.
So that you just think he got killed himself because that was the end?
I don't think he killed himself either.
No, he got killed. I think he got killed. So you just think that was the end of you, and you're done. You're not working for us, so you're done.
Yeah, you serve no purpose to us anymore. So why compromise everybody in a compromise? And we need a fucking story that we can pull out the strings of the story when we need to.
Why do you think Ghislaine Maxwell is still alive? Apparently, in her prison, whatever she is.
And who is she? There's a pretty girl that got pretty girls to suck his dick.
I mean, apparently she knows some shit about.
She can know what she wants until people start getting arrested, and it doesn't matter what she knows.
I mean,
I would
weird,
love
right?
for my prediction about Trump's thing. I hopefully she's one of the people that are fucking informing, and that's why they moved her prison or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy thought, brother. We're really like 500 years after the loss, after the victory. It's kind of like I'm thinking about right now. It answers so many questions.
I mean, it kind of does if you really like think deep about it.
Like they won 500 years ago, created a society 150 years later, fucking on the other side of the world that just decimated the population that was here. So we got bigger plans for this area. We're going to create a fucking utopia over here that's going to facilitate our growth and our riches and generations and generations to come.
Was it aliens?
No, aliens came a long time ago.
Yeah, I think
different aliens came, and that's why we have different races too.
You think we got alien DNA?
Yeah, absolutely. 100% think we have alien different DNA, and I also think it's not because the Asians went east and fucking we went through the Caucasus Mountains and black people were closer to the equator, and that's why they're. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that there was some type of primate that no longer exists that different races of aliens did experiments on, and we are the result of that.
I think so too. I swear I think we have alien DNA. And our regular human DNA is just part alien.
Yeah, there's no reason there's no real reason to think otherwise, because what other creature is so far removed from every other part of life, every other living thing?
It is crazy.
Everything on Earth that you could think of. There's something that's like it, like a dog and a cat's kind of a similar animal. A cow and a deer are kind of similar animals.
You know also monkeys.
But we're
way beyond.
We're just not even remotely. It's not when we have the same shape as them. That's why I'm thinking we're like half of some primate that existed and was experimented on by extraterrestrials or subterrestrials or marine terrestrials or whatever fucking reptilians exist, and there's different races of them, and then we ended up with different people.
I mean, there is a Third Eye Blind song that said like a spaceman fucked an ape and caught out on the tape. So a spaceship aliens came down, like, look at all these apes. Let's all fuck them. And then they just bounce. And then all of a sudden, like, this creature is created called a human where they're half alien, half ape.
Mike, did you see the episode about the Montserrat with the fucking alien mummy?
No.
Oh my god.
What is this? What channel?
I think I already changed your life tonight. I think I'm going to change it again right now.
Keep going.
All right. I would say I need a minute to find it.
Okay. What channel did you see this on?
Joe Rogan.
Oh, it's on Joe Rogan? Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is always 100% right, so anybody knows.
Well, no. It wasn't about him being right. It's just they did like these MRI scans of a mummy that they found in Peru, and like a couple of different ones. If you want to pause it real quick, give me a second to look for it.
Yeah, I can take a leak anyway.
And then we can just repick one and then just set it up so we can pick it back up.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. John, what do we got, man?
So there's something called the Nazca mummies. I think it's in Peru, but essentially, I'm just going to put it in an AI and just read it back.
Okay. Apparently they had our DNA and shit, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know if it had our DNA. That's also interesting. I kind of forgot that detail. Can you give a quick synopsis of the Nazca mummies? Nope. Sorry, guys.
These are like real life mummies.
Can you give a quick summary of the Nazca mummies in Peru?
I love AI.
When people discuss the Nazca mummies, they are usually referring to one of two very different things. Authentic archaeological remains from the ancient Nazca culture, or the highly controversial alien mummies that have gone viral in recent years. One, the authentic archaeological mummies. These are legitimate, scientifically recognized remains of the Nazca people who lived in southern Peru between roughly
That's why it's so long.
and AD 800.
All right.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, so the alien mummies, that's basically what it is. So there's some civilizations out there that have described some three-toed like three-toed aliens essentially that used to live amongst us, or whatever the case was. And then they find the remains.
Why they only got 3 toes though?
I don't know.
You would think they would have more if they're so advanced.
Well, think about it. If you think of like a raptor's foot, 3 big toes. The toes aren't small. The toes go back. So now they have like 3.
Oh, like they're gigantic toes. They're not like List the Little Piggy went to market.
Yeah.
None of that
No,
shit.
no. They're like real toes. That way they have better grip on the floor. So it's actually something that makes them more athletic. Apparently, I don't fucking know. That's what they said.
I'm about to cut 2 toes off to make me more athletic, God.
You got to just cut down your feet.
Right. Like, what is he doing? Why does he want to fucking jump higher and dunk a basketball? I've just got to cut my toes off. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
So they find these fucking mummies or whatever, and they give them an MRI. Okay. And they didn't think they were real. And I mean, listen, I don't know that this is fake.
It's a full body scan. That's what they said. A full MRI, full
MRI, and then inside, it's not just like a plaster. It's like you can see the internal bone structures, the tissues, the fucking the cardiovascular system, like everything inside or whatever you would see in an MRI in those in the mummies. Right. And one of the mummies was pregnant, and then another mummy had eggs in it.
Oh shit!
That's what I said. I think that we're just the ancestor, or not the ancestors. What comes after ancestors? Predecessors, I guess.
Maybe.
Predecessors before successors. I guess we're just the offspring essentially.
Predecessor.
No, predecessor comes before pre.
Oh yeah, that's pre. Yeah.
That's just the same thing. 2 hours of sitting here smoking weed. It's good.
It's good.
But they was apparently doing different kinds of experiments, aliens on people over here, and different kinds of aliens and shit. And they found one that was like fucking pregnant, and you could see all the bones. You could see like metal inserts in the fucking skull, but it was exactly the shape of the alien that you would think of, with the big elongated head and the fucking small eyes.
Basically, a Somalian.
Yeah, dude.
So basically, the Somalians are aliens. They came down to fucking take away our benefits.
Yeah, why is that impossible, dude? Why is that impossible?
It's not.
They want to teach us about. They took God out of schools to teach us about the Big Bang Theory and how we have an infinite universe and all things are possible. So why is that? And why does that not fit?
It actually makes perfect fucking sense. I mean, listen, it does make perfect.
On your fucking ass.
It does make fucking perfect sense, though. That, I mean, we are not the only ones. We are on planet Earth, but there's so many like planets and solar systems and all that stars and all that fucking shit. Why do we think we're just the only ones? I bet there's so many different civilizations that just can't get to other fucking planets. We just can't get here.
You want to know what I believe in my heart of hearts?
Tell me. We're the only ones.
We're the only ones in this dimension.
Yo,
interdimensionally, there's other people. I think aliens aren't actually aliens from different planets. I think aliens are interdimensional beings that come to different dimensions. And that's why there's ghosts. That's why there's spirits. That's why we have a yearning for a God. We have a yearning for an afterlife. We have a fear of death and stuff like that. There's like a lot of connections there. I think that we are by ourselves. I don't know about the Earth being flat or round or anything like that. I just think it's a very, very big coincidence that the sun and the moon overlap each other and have the perfect size to cut each other out. Then it's a weird coincidence. I think
you think we're a computer program?
Interdimensional beings.
You think we're in like a computer program? We're in the Matrix. We're a computer program.
I mean, if you want to call a different dimension a computer program, I guess. I just think that there's different dimensions, and we're on whatever frequency that this planet, this dimension is, we're on that one, and then in a different dimension after we die we go somewhere else. I think chemicals are the gateways for it too, like Joe Rogan says.
Like what do you think makes you you. Like you walk around every day, right?
Yeah,
And you
I
just
do.
do you really think about like we're just something in this body? You know what I mean? We're in a body, like it's our suit or whatever. We're just wearing this, but there's something inside. It's not in. Is it in the mind? Is it in the heart? Like
Like,
what's
where is the soul,
where is
essentially?
the soul? Like where is it? I feel like it's above. Like I don't know, like something's above where I'm just like almost like
I
I'm
don't
a
know.
puppet. I'm
I
a
think it's
puppet.
behind the eyes.
Dude, ain't it
I feel
fucking
like
weird?
I feel like my existence is here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Right
that's where I feel like
inside by the temple. Like you're almost like, all right, I'm plugged
yeah,
in
like I'm here. Like, this is where I am. And like I can feel and control
between
the
the
rest of
eyes.
what's down here. But I'm just like, I'm here.
You're more up here in your
Like,
head.
remember, I don't was it Men in Black that they fucking kill the alien and then the fucking head opens up and there's like a little guy like right in there,
Yeah,
right
little
in
man.
the head somewhere. And maybe that's just a metaphor for what it is. My cousin told me something a long time ago that was very, very interesting. He says those Satanists and stuff like that, one of the big tricks that they do is they can't outright deceive you without actually telling you what they're doing.
Yeah, they have to say it. They have to
They
announce
have
it.
to say it. So
Why?
that's,
Why is that a thing?
I guess, if they say it, then the onus is on
It's
you. Then you should have
ownership.
been
Yeah.
listening.
They trade your soul for them. They just like ownership for them.
No, no, but the
You agree
onus
it.
is on you. If I say something to you and you're not listening, well, now it's your fault. If I told you that I was fucking swindling you and you just thought I was joking or whatever and you
You
allowed
go
me to
with it.
swindle you, it's your fault now. I'm still a criminal, but really it's your fault. You shouldn't have fucking known.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, not to sound crazy, but like, if you're dating a guy who fucking is a domestic abuser and fucking beating you up all the time and you marry him and expect him not to continue to do that, it's kind of on you.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Like,
right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's, you signed up for that. You literally signed up for that life.
Yeah, you signed the
You know what I
contract.
mean? So, not that you don't feel bad for them, but it's kind of on you. And it's same thing with that.
That is fucking wild, man.
Bro, this fucking podcast is so much more fun, bro. I
Yeah,
don't care if we get 0 people to listen to this, or a fucking 100 million. I hope it's 100 million, but
yeah.
um, you know, this is so much more fun than fucking.
Yeah, I just gotta like hashtag it or somehow like get it more out there. But I tell you, I gotta give like where we throw the Mix It Up podcast out. Like, yeah, YouTube gets their things, but people that go on BitChute, I think the people that go on BitChute, I'm talking to you guys, yeah, for some reason you're more like down to earth. You're more like us. You're more like-minded because you're going deep down the rabbit hole in a sense because YouTube only puts a lot of shit on face value. They're part of the system. But BitChute gives you fucking things that YouTube won't censor. They won't take it off. You could go down and give like all these honest information. And for the Mix It Up podcast does a lot of views on BitChute, bro.
How many
Like,
views is that? What do we do?
dude, it's fucking tremendous. I'm gonna look it up like right now, but I'll just tell you,
Tremendous. Well, I
yo,
can't wait to know what the numbers are after this podcast.
oh, dude, like the Charlie Kirk episode we did was like 318 views. Like, this is just people watching. I'm not talking about people just like listening, but it's on average like 369, 384, 429, 453, 503, 512, 535, 548. I'm going down all our podcasts we did, 587.
Does that
Uh,
tell you geographically where these people are?
it doesn't show that, but I'm just showing like anybody could look. If you go on BitChute and look up at the Mix It
Yeah.
Up podcast, you can see all the the views that people are like, dude, it's really like we have like a following on that. And I'm telling you, there's definitely a group of people out there that are like us that are probably not brainwashed, that are probably didn't get infected by the vaccine, that maybe they did get infected by the vaccine, but they know they did wrong. They know they probably shouldn't have took it, and they still like, I still believe in you. I'm with you people too, man. Trust me, and I want you to be healthy. But there's a lot of like-minded people like that listen on BitChute. And listen, I got to tell you guys, like, thank you very much for listening. Definitely appreciate it. I don't, and I haven't done the Mix It Up podcast in a while, in about a month, and we took a month off. Um, And I'm glad to be back, John. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you came on the podcast. I felt like it was educational. It was funny. A lot of people should know shit and just like, watch out. You all been hypnotized. You know what I mean? So with that,
these are theories, they're not facts. I think the next time I come on, we're gonna have a little bit more of a keep your feelings at the door, check your feelings at the door type of an episode. This is more philosophical debate. But with all things in life, just as a recommendation, check your feelings at the door, just look at the facts, and fucking proceed with fucking logic.
Exactly. Don't be so sensitive. Peace. Later.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Never mind about what I've seen. I'll sit alone in this disguise, but I'll try.